Okay, so now that you know the AC method, and you know how to use the method where if the leading coefficient is 1, which you could still do the AC method or the method of decomposition with the fact that it's a leading coefficient of 1, but 1 times the AC is just going to be C in that case, because A is 1. So the AC method works in every single case, whether the leading coefficient is 1 or not. But if it's the leading coefficient 1, we know how to handle that easily, right? We find the leading, the two factors of the constant term that add up to the middle term, and you're done. You just factor and you're done. If the leading coefficient is not 1, then it's the AC method and you take the product of A and C, you find factors of that product that add up to the middle term, and then you decompose the middle term and factor by grouping, and then you're done. Okay? It works every single time. Okay, now, let's have a little fun with this. Let's say we've got some more little complicated things going on. So for example, let's say we have something like this. Well, one thing you might notice is that the first 3 terms form a perfect square. Because again, how do you know that? Well, look at this. Okay? This here, if you take half of this and square it, you get this term, this coefficient here. So if you take half of -4, you get 2. And if you square it, you get 4. So remember, also, the other thing too is, look, there's the other way to do it this way. This is a perfect square, this is a perfect square. So this gives you x, this gives you 2y. Okay? Is this double the product of these two? And the answer is yes. Right? In fact, that would be -2. Right? Because this is negative, and so this is going to be negative, 2 negative terms. And so if you multiply these together, you get -2xy, and then if you double it, you get the middle term. So it is a perfect square. So we know we can factor this. So how do we do this? Okay, so this is what I would do. Group these together. And forget the 9 right now. Ignore the 9. Let's just factor this and see what happens. So this, I know, is going to factor into x minus 2y squared. Oops, not there. There. Now, minus 9. Okay, so far so good. Now, notice what we have now. Now we've got a square minus a square. We've got now a difference of 2 squares. Great! How do we handle that? A plus b times a minus b. So now this is our A and this is our B. So let's write this again, just for the sake of seeing it. This is going to be x minus 2y squared minus 3 squared. So now this is our A. That's our B. So now what does this turn out to be? This turns out to be what? X minus 2y what? Plus 3 times x minus 2y minus 3. And we're done. Can't simplify this any further. We're done. That's it. Have a great night.